Hi, welcome to 2020 Tasty Treats. We're doing some applique. We're having a whole series of appliques and that we have a theme going. We've got 20 different applique pictures and they are all about in the playroom. So they're going to be toys and all sorts of fun things. So we've got a picture up here of all the ones we're doing. We've already done a couple. We've done a piggy bank and we've done a little pull-along toy with an elephant on it. And today we're doing a doll's house. So the doll's house is kind of fun. I'm pretty sure the doll's house is homemade because some of the little windows and things are just a little bit out of plumb. But I could be wrong about that. So if you've already signed up on GourmetQuilter.com to receive the pattern, you'll receive something that you can download and print out that looks a little bit like that with everything ready to trace, with a picture of the finished block so that you can see how it should look at the end. So I've gone ahead and I've got a lot of mine ready. I'm doing fused raw edge applique. I'm using batik cloth because everything sits nicely. The batik doesn't fray as much as some other cottons can do, so it seemed like a good option for this. So I've gone ahead and I've positioned most of my pieces already. I haven't ironed anything in place yet. So we had the big wall part of the house, and then there's a nice large roof. And then there's all these windows. So the windows are just put on, and then I've left obviously this one still to do so that I can show you. So they're all done the same way. So this is the little crisscross on the window panes, and it just sits there. And then there's a little surround that goes over that. And that's looking pretty good. And then there's a little window sill as well. And that kind of covers all those ends nicely. So it's pretty straightforward. My windows are not necessarily lined up especially well, as I said. I'm pretty sure this is a homemade doll's house, but I think the dolls who live in it are very happy about that. I don't know whether you had a doll's house. I had a doll's house when I was young. I was really fortunate. We were living in Europe at the time, and I had a Swiss chalet doll's house. That was pretty impressive. So everything's ready to iron on. I've got the door, we've got a little door step here, we've got a door handle. I think a red door handle is essential so that you don't lose it. Now in the pattern with the roof, I have suggested some possible scallopy lines, and you could do those as a stitching line. You could mark them with a pen. Sometimes a permanent marking pen is really handy for this sort of thing. You could not do them at all. There's lots of options. I will probably do them as a stitched scallopy line. So I'm going to go ahead and iron all that in place. And it looks like the lights are on with those nice little yellow windows, so that's encouraging. Now because I'm doing free motion stitching, I need a stabilizer behind, so I've just got a lightweight cotton batting that I'm using for my stabilizer. So much fun in a playroom. I think it's a good place to be in a playroom. So I'll get started on the applique stitching. In fact, I might do perhaps one of the little windows so that you can just see how I get around on the window. So my machine is already set up for free motion stitching. I've got a little open toe free motion foot on. I've dropped the feed teeth. I've got a darkish grey thread in there, which I will do all the applique stitching with. And I'm just doing just a free motion straight stitch just near the edge of the applique. So I think what I'm going to do is just come around on this window frame here, start near an end bit and come up here. Now I'm just going to go across, to just back up a little bit and get onto this little cross member, and I think I can go all the way across on that one, and I can come all the way back. And then back onto that same line of stitching. So if you go past, when you want to stop and do something like that, if you just go past it, then you've got something to come back to. And I'll do the same coming down here, all the way down. And then when I get to the sill, I could go around the sill now, or I can just come up and go around the outside of that window frame. You do need to stitch all the raw edges, even when it's fused. And now I'm pretty much back where I started, and so now I can go all the way around that sill. So there's quite a few windows to do, and the door is very similar, and the walls, and then the roof has got that sort of scallopy stitching if you want to do something like that. So I'm going to go ahead and keep on getting all the applique done, and I will show you when I get to the other end. So I've been busy doing all the applique. I'm just doing these little scallopy lines on the roof now. So while I've just finished going around the roof, and I'm just continued on sewing. And they're just little free motion scallops. They don't have to match, they don't have to line up, they don't have to really do anything. They're roof tiles, and we're already at the other end. And then just a couple of stitches on top just to lock off. And I'm just going to give it a quick press, and then we can put it up with the other things in the playroom. It's looking so fun. I would like a doll's house like this. So there we've got it. We've got our little scallopy roof tiles. We've got windows with the lights on. We've got a door with a door handle so we won't lose it. And that's going to go up here. So that was in the playroom number 3 for the little doll's house. And so we'll come back again next time, and I will have in the playroom number 4.